Boiled or poached, scrambled or sunny side up, no matter how you prefer your eggs, I'm gonna show you the perfect way to cook them. Eggs might seem super simple to make, and they are, but they do require a little bit of skill, so this is often one of the first jobs you're given in a kitchen. When you have an egg made the right way, it makes all the difference. I'm telling you, it's amazing. We'll start with the fried egg because I think it's one of the most popular ways to order your egg. I prefer mine over easy or over light, where it gets flipped, but the yolk is still super runny. If your egg does not get flipped, that's what's called a sunny side up, and it's still super runny in the middle, and it's just a little more aesthetically pleasing. So maybe I'll just show you both ways. When you're cooking eggs, you only need a couple tools. First, a good nonstick skillet, and to that, we're going to add in some fat. I'm just gonna use butter today, but bacon grease is also a great option here. And for a fried egg, we're gonna cook it medium to medium low. Get your butter melting over medium heat. This is a great time to use the fresher eggs when you're making a fried egg or a poached egg. You'll notice a good fresh egg, the yolk stands up in the center. That's what you want. Once our skillet is warm and our butter is melted, we're just gonna crack the egg. For extra insurance, you could crack this egg into a small bowl and then place it in here. I'm feeling confident today, so I'm just gonna go straight into the pan. You'll notice your whites will start to cook faster than your yolk. That's what you want. That's because they're filled with protein. Sometimes I poke little holes into the thick part of the white just to help it cook evenly. And then you'll want to give your pan just a little shake just to make sure it is not sticking. So you'll notice my white is mostly set. At this point, I'm just going to add in a little bit of water. Trap that steam and let the top of the whites finish cooking. Keeping your heat on medium gives you a little better control so that it doesn't all cook too fast. And you also don't want the bottom of the yolk to cook too much. That's it. Whites are set and the yolk is still runny. Season it up just before it's done and then serve it up. That's good stuff. For an over easy, you're just gonna flip it. So basically the same process, except we're gonna skip that steaming step. And then I go ahead and season it just before I flip it with a little bit of salt. I like to save my pepper for the end. Give it a little shake. Once my whites are mostly set, I'm gonna give it a flip. Ideally, you would use a non-stick spatula to flip your eggs. I just am in love with a fish spatula. I think it's super thin and it's easy to get under the eggs. I use it really for everything. I'm pretty careful. I'm not over here scraping my nonstick skillet. I find the easiest way to do this is to kind of slide your egg onto your spatula before you flip it. Easy as that, over light. Finish it with a little cracked pepper. Perfect bite. Next up, the scrambled egg. This is probably my favorite way to enjoy an egg. I didn't understand how delicious scrambled eggs could be until I had them done the right way. The key here, low and slow. I'm gonna crack 2 eggs into a bowl. Unlike our fried or poached eggs, it's okay if you use eggs that are not like the freshest because you're not worried about the shape of the yolk. You don't need it to stand up. All right, I've got my 2 eggs in a bowl and I don't add milk or water. Sometimes I'll add water if I just am making a big batch and I want them to be a little fluffier, but I really don't think you need either one. The milk tends to discolor the egg just a little bit. And then you just want to give it a good whisk so that everything is uniform. If you see the separation of yolks and whites, then that's the way it's going to be when you scramble it. You just want it to be one uniform mixture. We're not looking to overbeat the egg, or it can make it a little bit tough. And that's what you want. Now, the key to the perfect scrambled egg is more butter than you think, okay? I mean, don't go crazy, but it does take your eggs to a whole nother level. Not everyone is a big fan of the like super creamy eggs. It makes them think they're underdone or something. They're not. But if you're just not a fan of that texture, then you're gonna cook your eggs a little bit longer and you're gonna stir them a little bit less than what I'm gonna do. But I like a little soft scramble. All right, once your butter's melted, you just go right in. I do like to season the egg at the beginning when it comes to the scrambled eggs. A little pepper. All right, so once it hits the heat, so you just kind of constantly pull the egg away from the outside of the skillet. The outsides cook faster than the center of the skillet typically. So your egg is cooking on the outside, and then you'll push it to the end and let some of that other egg cook through. It's also blending that butter in with the egg. If you ever happen to be making eggs for my father-in-law, this is probably the way you should make them, or he will send them back. This takes a little bit of getting used to, but when they're about 80% done, we're gonna add in just a little more butter. Fold this in to the finished product. These, in my opinion, are the perfect scrambled egg. Just look at this. All right, here we go. I can't wait for this taste test. They're the butteriest, creamiest, most perfect egg. Next up, the good old boiled egg. I'm going with the old school basic way today, and one tip is to start with, again, maybe your not so fresh eggs, or at least ones that you've had for maybe at least a week or so, because they're just going to peel easier. So I've got my water, I'm gonna place my eggs in here. Just wanna be sure they are fully submerged. And we're gonna bring that to a boil. They're getting a little head start in the cooking process. When you see the small bubbles around the side of the pot start to form, then you know it's really close. It'll come up to a simmer, you'll let it go 1 minute, cover it. Once you cover them, remove them off the heat, let them go 8 minutes. So you don't want to let them stand too long, or that's when that gray ring develops around the yolk. So after they have set for 8 minutes, we're going to shock them in an ice bath. That's going to stop the cooking completely, and it's going to make them easier to peel. I usually let them sit in the ice bath for about 2 or 3 minutes just to be sure they're nice and chilled, and I'll show you just how easy it makes it to peel. I use the ice water to kind of help rinse off any little bits of shell that are left. Just that easy. The true test is how they look inside. Let's see. They're perfect. These are perfect for deviled eggs. A little salt and pepper, perfect bite. If you want your boiled egg with a runny yolk, you're going to bring your water to a simmer first, drop your eggs in, let them simmer for about 5 minutes, and then straight to the ice bath. It's easy. A boiled egg with a runny yolk is the perfect topper to a ramen bowl. What's an egg episode without an omelet? This was like the test when I was hired in my first job, working the omelet station. That was a doozy, and you're obviously the newbie if you get put on the omelet station. Now today I am showing you what I just call a basic omelet. So I'm gonna start over, again, the medium to medium low heat and dropping in some butter. Most omelets are made with 2 to 3 eggs. This time I do add a little bit of water. This is gonna help them to be a little extra fluffy. And then you go ahead and season your egg with your salt and pepper. If you're adding fillings, and I mean, if you're not adding fillings, then why are you even making an omelet? You wanna cook those ahead of time and just kind of have those ready to go, because these do come together super quickly. All right, once our butter is melted and our skillet is warm, we're gonna go in with our egg. You don't need a fancy pan for this, although I did grow up with the fancy omelet pan. I hope my mom still has it. I feel like she does. Follow me on Instagram, I'm gonna show it to you. Similar to our scrambled eggs, we're going to kind of push the cooked egg a little to the center and let the uncooked egg run to the outside. However, unlike the scrambled egg, we're not gonna sit there and keep stirring it. We do want this one to set up a little more. By doing this, you're creating fluffy layers to your omelet. And once it's mostly set, we're gonna add in our fillings. When you're making your omelet, you can either line your toppings down the center or just on one side and just fold it in half. I find that that is a little bit easier than doing the tri-fold. I like to give it a few seconds on this side and give it a flip just to cook that last little part. And then just slide it onto your plate. It's the easiest way. My favorite way to enjoy an omelet, a little hot sauce and some toast to soak up the goodness. In every bite, you get creamy cheese and all the goodness with that fluffy egg. I bet you can work the next omelet station. Now let's poach an egg. We're going just old school, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. To get started, we're going to bring a pot. I like to use something a little wider. It just gives the eggs more room to kind of swim around. And you're gonna fill that with a couple inches of water. I also like to add a little vinegar into my water. The vinegar is gonna help the whites of the egg coagulate and just kind of stay together. This is another great time to use the freshest egg possible. They're just gonna hold together a little better. I like to flavor the water also with a little bit of salt. That is optional. Once the water's ready, I'm gonna drop in the eggs. It's a smart idea to crack your eggs into a small bowl that's heat-proof that you can lower into the water. That's gonna give you better control and your eggs won't slide around as much. Right when you start to see a little movement going on in your pot, you're just about ready to go. The bubbles are just about to rise to the surface. I'm gonna go ahead and drop in my eggs. You can use a spoon to gently lift the whites over the yolk, just to kind of help it create its own little package. And then just let it go. This whole process takes about 4 to 5 minutes. You definitely want the yolk runny. You don't ever poach an egg in hopes of getting a cooked center. So we want the center to still be nice and runny, but the white's cooked. I like to give them a little flip just before they're done so they can create a prettier package. You can make poached eggs in a batch. You can keep them stored with a little bit of just water on a plate, and then you can drop them into simmering water just before you serve them and onto your food, like just to reheat them super quick. A good tip is to just barely blot your egg before you put it on your Eggs Benedict or toast, because you did cook it in water and we don't want the water to transfer to our food. Some of the excess white can just peel away, and then you're left with that pretty little football-shaped egg package. And there are your perfect little poached packages of goodness. I'm not gonna lie though, I do thoroughly enjoy a poached egg when it's swimming in hollandaise. Perfect. And that's a wrap. What is your favorite way to eat eggs? And let me know in the comments below if you have any hacks to make the perfect egg. I mean, I think I did pretty excellent.